When I first started training calisthenics, I got hooked very quickly. Pull-ups became my favorite exercise almost immediately, and right after that, front lever, which also heavily targets the back. In 2022, for the first time in my life, I tested my 1 rep max in weighted pull-ups, and I hit 40 kg. What's interesting is that at that point I had basically never trained weighted pull-ups before. All of my pulling strength came from front lever training. In the summer of 2023, I decided to fully commit to weighted pull-ups and weighted dips. That's when I shifted slightly away from pure calisthenics and more toward street lifting. And honestly, it was one of the best decisions I have ever made in my training. I've been training weighted pull-ups for almost 3 years now, and I genuinely believe it's one of the best upper body exercises that exists. It builds a strong, thick back, serious grip strength because you are handling extra load, and a powerful biceps, especially if you pull more with a supinated grip. In this video I want to show you exactly how I trained and how I went from a 40 kg max to 65 kg for 1 rep, a 25 kg increase. And I will also show you the other effects weighted pull-ups had on me, because this isn't just about physique. One interesting thing is that from the very beginning I stuck to low rep ranges. I started with 3 sets of 5 reps and I was adding 2.5 kg every week, trying to keep those reps consistent. But here's where I want you to learn from my mistakes. If you are just starting weighted pull-ups, adding 2.5 kg every week or 2 is too much. Even though it sounds small, for your nervous system and joints, that jump is massive. Because of that rush, my technique wasn't perfect, but at the same time, my strength was still going up. After some time, when I tested my max again, it was already 50 kg for 1 rep. So here's a very practical way you can progress with weighted pull-ups. Start with 3 sets of 5 reps, stick with 1 weight, every 1 or 2 weeks add around 1 kg. Keep the reps the same. Repeat this until you hit a wall. And when that happens, you don't stop. You simply reduce the reps. For example, move to 3 sets of 3 reps. This range is excellent. It works extremely well for me and for the people I coach. Weighted pull-ups will obviously build you an insane back. You will get wider, thicker, and develop that classic V-taper physique. But the biggest advantage of this approach is simplicity. You are no longer thinking, I need to build my back. You are thinking, I need to pull as much weight as possible. That makes progress easier to track, easier to predict, and your physique becomes a side effect, not the main obsession. Low rep ranges come with a lot of benefits, and in my case, they outperform sets of, for example, 8 to 10 reps. You generate less overall fatigue, more strength, and more explosiveness. That explosiveness carries over directly to skills like muscle up. And don't get it twisted, low reps still build muscle. Trust me, this approach will give you an alien back. Spamming weighted pull-ups completely transformed my bodyweight pulling. My muscle-ups went from the kind you see at the start of your calisthenics journey to the explosive, effortless muscle-ups you see now, almost skipping the deep phase entirely. On top of that, slow muscle-ups are something I learned almost exclusively thanks to weighted pull-ups. So as you can see, this exercise does far more than just building big lats. You might be wondering about frequency, how often I trained weighted pull-ups over the last 3 years. The answer is never more than twice per week. It's a demanding exercise and it requires proper recovery. The same rule applies to weighted dips. And now, quick side note, you can grab a free video where I break down 3 key tips that instantly increase your weighted dip strength. Link is in the description. Remember when I said my technique wasn't perfect at the start? I struggled with pulling my head over the bar. One exercise that helped me massively was partial pull-ups done with weight. They strengthened my top range, and that's what allowed me to hit my 65 kg record with a supinated grip. There is one more huge advantage of focusing almost exclusively on pull-ups. When you do that, every other back exercise suddenly becomes easy. Any machine that involves a pulling motion, I basically maxed it out. You see me here pulling full stacks, 120 kg lat pull-downs, full stacks for multiple reps on different machines, even full stacks on movements that imitate front lever pulling. That's the carryover you get when you master one fundamental movement. Last year my training actually wasn't perfect. I was switching too much between calisthenics and street lifting, but for the last 4 months I've been fully back to bench press, weighted dips, and of course weighted pull-ups. Because of a wrist injury, I had to stick to pronated grip, which is my weaker grip. That's why I wasn't able to beat my 65 kg record, but I still saw clear progress. I strengthened a weak link and pronated pull-ups are now much more comfortable for me. So good luck building serious strength in weighted pull-ups. If you stay consistent, patient and focused on progression, the results will come. See you next time.